excited were you to get Malik Hornsby in this class?
Extremely excited. Yeah, big time kid, great person, great kid, difference maker at that position. So yeah, it's a big deal.
You watched him from his freshman year through his senior year, recruited him the whole time. How did you see him grow as a player?
I just got bigger physically. I had him at camp in the summer of 2018, and I told him when I was recruiting him that I thought he was erratic as a passer. He has a strong arm, but just always wasn't as accurate as he needed to be with it. I think that's the biggest growth that he's had. Watching the 2019 tape of him, felt like he got a lot better as a thrower, just a lot more accurate. The ball came off his hand better. So you can see that he can grow. And he's a hard worker and he's a really good kid, so I know that he's going to put in the time to get better.
I think it was Mike Leach who said that you can't teach accuracy, but you feel like you could have a big impact on Malik's throwing?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to say I have. He cleaned that up from 2018 to 2019. I think anytime kids mature and he's got so much athletic ability, that hadn't had to be a priority for him because he can get out of trouble with his legs. And so a lot of kids that maybe aren't as gifted athletically, they have to be accurate, and he can buy time with his feet. So he's been able to do that. We'll continue to clean him up, and more accurate you get, the better quarterback you are.
How do you feel about the wide receivers you guys have coming back? Obviously, you return all three starters. How do you feel about the guys behind them as well?
Feel good about them. You never know until you get on the field with them and see how guys react. But the thing that I like is they're all really good kids. That whole receiver group, all those kids are they're really excited that we're here. They're eager to learn the offense. They're eager to get to spring ball. We've got quite some time before we get there, but they're excited about it. And I think just being around them, I think that what they've seen in this offense, they're all ready to play in tempo and play in a vertical passing game. So those are some of the things that they've expressed. But I'm ready to get to work with them.
How hard is it going to be for them to transition from what they've been doing to your offense?
I don't think it'll be hard at all. If you want to be good at something, you got to learn it, and all those guys want to be really good. So they're going to learn our system and understand what we need them to do, and we'll adjust as coaches.
Kind of break the system down for me, like how, what's the run, pass split, kind of what in mind for you? I'm sure it changes given your personnel. You have a guy like Rakeem Boyd, you're not going to not run the ball. So
right, we've been, I don't know, this is my 5th year coordinating. It's been basically 50-50 every year, so we want to run the football. I mean, that's going to be what we do. But if you're giving us a throw, we're going to throw it as well. So it all depends on week to week, the teams we're playing, the personnel that we have. It's going to determine where the ball's going to end up.
How excited were you to get Felipe Franks involved? I heard you say yesterday that he's done it at a very high level. Some people feel like he still has a lot more to give. Do you feel like that?
Absolutely, and he does too. Felipe's, a highly recruited kid. Had basically everybody in the country. He's been at a high level playing in Florida. So I'm excited to work with him. He's a great person first and foremost, and he's really he's excited about being able to show what he can do.
I know you just signed the 2020 class, but I noticed you already have like 7 or 8 offers out to 2021 quarterbacks.
Yep.
What are you looking for in whoever you might take, and what are the main characteristics you look for, whether it's dual threat, pro style?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to have a guy that can move around, over a guy that's stationary. Just, to me, it gives you another thing that you have to defend defensively, so being able to have a guy that can do that. But you want to, there's so many things that go into a quarterback, so you can offer players off of tape, but until you really get to see them in person throw and get to be around them a lot, that's kind of when you narrow down your top tier guys. So we've got some offers out there. I think there's a lot of really good players in the 2021 class.
How many times do you like to see a kid in person before you really make a decision on whether you want to take them or not?
Usually it doesn't take long at all, and you see the way a kid moves around and can throw the football, see the way he acts around other teammates and players, and get a pretty good idea of what you got.
You have a very full running backs room. What do you like about those guys, and how are you going to work out getting them enough reps to keep them happy?
I don't know. Time will tell on that. It is good to always have a good stable of backs, and I think we do. I think we got some some guys that are some small jitterbug type guys. We got some bigger players that are fast. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how those guys progress in the system.
Are you excited that because Sam Pittman's not been a coordinator that you have, full oversight of your group and, it's just like your stamp on it?
I don't want it to be my stamp on it. I want it to be Arkansas's offense, and I want it to be really productive. And if that, if that helps us win games, that's good.
How much have you grown the last several years, being at a place for just 1 year and then moving on? I mean, how much does that kind of help you grow as an offensive coordinator?
Well, it's definitely challenging. It's difficult to move in and learn so many different people every single year, from support staff to full-time coaches to trainers, academic people, strength staff, players. It's just a lot of people that kind of Rolodexing through every single year. So that part of it has been tough. But as far as my growth, every year you try to clean up what you do. If you get to stay at one place, then there's not so much busy work that you have to do, whether it's moving your family or transitioning into teaching coaches a new offense. If you're in one spot, then you can really continually clean up the offense. So that part of it's been a little bit challenging, trying to do that while you got so many other moving parts. But we did have some time here in January where I think we got some tough stuff cleaned up that'll help us.